My world throbs, it hums with a symphony of sensations imperceptible to most. I feel the undercurrents of emotions, the unspoken desires, the tremors of fear. This is my gift and my burden, psychic flesh. It is an extrasensory membrane connecting me to the raw essence of humanity. It allows me to perceive the world in ways others cannot even fathom. Imagine feeling the weight of a gaze before you even see the eyes. Imagine sensing the residue of anger in a room long after the argument has ended. This is my reality. I am a living, breathing antenna attuned to the psychic frequencies that ripple through our existence. It is a gift that sets me apart, isolating me in a world that cannot comprehend the cacophony that engulfs me. But this gift is a double-edged sword. While it grants me access to hidden truths and unspoken yearnings, it also exposes me to the darkest corners of the human psyche. It is an exhausting existence, this constant influx of psychic noise. And in a world teetering on the precipice of technological dominance, this sensitivity feels like both a blessing and a curse. Even before the rise of machines, humans were masters of invasion. They infiltrated each other's minds, not with wires or waves, but with subtle manipulations. Advertising, propaganda, societal pressures, these were the weapons of their pre-technological warfare, and I, with my psychic flesh, was on the front lines. Every billboard screamed at me, its message searing my senses. Every cleverly worded slogan felt like a violation, an attempt to mold my desires to fit someone else's agenda. I could taste the lies in their pronouncements, feel the desperation clinging to their promises. The worst part? Most people remained oblivious, their minds blissfully ignorant of the psychic siege taking place around them. They walked through life like sheep, herded by unseen forces. Their thoughts, their desires, their very identities, all shaped by the relentless onslaught of external influences. It was maddening to witness this mass hypnosis, this surrender to the dictates of the collective, and it filled me with a profound sense of loneliness. For who could understand the plight of a man drowning in a sea of psychic noise? I see the strings, you see. The ones they don't know are there. They dangle and twitch, controlling the movements of the masses. A whisper here, a suggestion there. It's all it takes to nudge them in the desired direction. Fashion, trends, opinions, all carefully curated by unseen hands. The worst offenders are the media. Newspapers, radio broadcasts, even casual gossip. They all weave a tapestry of misinformation and half-truths. They prey on fear and insecurity, molding public opinion like clay. I see right through their tactics, feel the insidious intent behind their carefully chosen words. It's a constant battle to sift through the noise, to find a kernel of truth in the avalanche of psychic debris. And the people? They lap it up. They crave the comfort of conformity, the security of belonging. They readily surrender their individuality, their critical thinking, to the whims of the puppet masters. It's both fascinating and horrifying to watch this mass surrender to the lowest common denominator. Imagine feeling 1,000 pinpricks on your skin, each one a fleeting thought, a burst of emotion from the people around you. Now imagine those pinpricks becoming sharper, more insistent until they draw blood. That's what it's like to be me, existing in a world that doesn't acknowledge the sanctity of psychic space. Every interaction leaves me feeling raw, exposed. A casual conversation feels like an interrogation. A crowded room becomes an unbearable assault on my senses. I crave silence, solitude, a reprieve from the constant bombardment. But even in the quietest moments, the echoes of the world's psychic noise linger. A constant reminder of my isolation. I yearn for connection, for someone who understands the burden of this gift. But who could possibly comprehend the weight of 1,000 whispers, the crushing pressure of 1,000,000 unspoken desires? So I retreat further into myself, seeking refuge in the fortress of my own mind. I often think of myself as a solitary figure standing before the Kaaba in Mecca. Millions surround me, a sea of humanity united in their devotion. Yet I am utterly alone. They are matches, their individual flames insignificant, easily extinguished. I am a bonfire, my psychic energy a beacon visible for miles. Their thoughts flicker and sputter, fueled by fleeting desires and mundane concerns. My thoughts burn with the intensity of 1,000 suns, fueled by the knowledge of a world beyond their comprehension. They seek solace in numbers, in the comfort of conformity. I find solace in solitude, in the vast expanse of my own inner world. This is not arrogance, but simple truth. I am different. I am other. And in a world that fears what it doesn't understand, that difference can be a heavy burden to bear, but it is a burden I carry with a sense of duty, for I believe my psychic flesh holds a deeper understanding of the universe and our place within it. To survive in this world, I have had to establish my own set of laws, psychic laws. They are my shield, my armor against the relentless onslaught of external stimuli. These laws are not for them, they are for me. They are the boundaries I erect to protect the sanctity of my own mind. Rule number 1, limited engagement. I ration my interactions with the outside world, carefully choosing when and with whom I share my energy. Superficial conversations are a minefield, best avoided. I seek out genuine connections, minds that resonate on a deeper frequency. Rule number 2, sensory deprivation. I create pockets of silence in the cacophony, moments of stillness in the chaos. I meditate, I immerse myself in nature, I seek refuge in the spaces where the psychic hum of humanity fades to a dull roar. Rule number 3, self-preservation above all else. My psychic well-being is paramount. If it means withdrawing from the world, so be it. If it means erecting barriers to protect my energy, so be it. My survival depends on it. In the silence, I hear echoes, whispers of a time before the relentless march of progress, before the world became saturated with noise, a time when humans lived in harmony with nature, their psychic energies intertwined with the rhythms of the earth. I see glimpses of that past in my dreams, visions of ancient cultures, of rituals and ceremonies designed to honor the interconnectedness of all things. They understood the power of the mind, the sanctity of psychic space. They knew that true strength lay not in domination, but in harmony. These echoes are a bittersweet reminder of what we have lost. They are a call to remember our true nature, to rediscover the wisdom that lies dormant within us. For I believe that even in this age of technological advancement, the power of the human mind, the potential of our collective consciousness, remains our greatest asset. The greatest tragedy of this psychic invasion is not the violation of my own space, but the violation of our collective potential. We are each a universe unto ourselves, capable of unimaginable creativity, compassion, and connection. Yet we allow ourselves to be diminished, reduced to mere consumers, cogs in a machine we barely understand. We are bombarded with messages that tell us who to be, what to think, what to desire. Our individuality is eroded, our unique perspectives flattened into a bland homogeneity. We become afraid of our own power, afraid of the vastness that lies within. And so, we settle for mediocrity, for conformity, for the illusion of safety that comes from surrendering our autonomy. We forget that true freedom lies not in following the crowd, but in forging our own path, in embracing the wild, untamed landscape of our own minds. Despite the challenges, despite the constant bombardment, I remain hopeful. For I know that the human spirit is resilient. The desire for authenticity, for connection, for something more than the mundane. It still burns within us. It may be buried beneath layers of conditioning and fear, but it is there, waiting to be rekindled. My hope lies in the quiet moments, in the individuals who dare to question, to challenge the status quo. It lies in the artists, the dreamers, the rebels who refuse to conform. It lies in the power of the human spirit to transcend limitations, to break free from the shackles of societal expectations. The world may be awash in psychic noise, but within each of us lies a sanctuary, an inner sanctum where silence reigns and the whispers of the universe can be heard. It is in this sacred space that we discover our true selves, that we tap into the limitless potential that resides within. It is here, in the stillness, that we find the strength to resist the invasion, to reclaim our psychic sovereignty, and to create a world where the symphony of our collective consciousness can finally be heard.